Happy Tuesday, everybody. I wonder if you have ever had an experience where you are cruising along, maybe writing a sales page or getting together your website or preparing for a big presentation that you're going to be delivering very soon. When you go on the internet and you look around maybe for a good sample, somebody who has done something similar, you want to get some inspiration, you want to get maybe some templates and guidelines for what's the best practice for doing something. And all of a sudden you find somebody who is doing exactly what it is that you want to do, and they are awesome. Their brand is great, their copy is perfect, they have a great website, their experience is amazing, and all of a sudden you slip into what my friend Martha Beck calls compare and despair. Your full ego that has felt really good when you were working on your own project all of a sudden begins to shrink and shrink and shrink, and you want to curl up into a little ball and go away because somebody else has done better what it is that you want to do. This is very common, and it really is just a moment of perception, because the really important thing to remember is there are always going to be people out there that are doing what it is that you're doing. There are very smart and competent people who are doing what you're doing out there. And hopefully, if they're doing it well, they are building the market for what it is that you want to do, which is fantastic, because you rarely want to be the first mover in a market. You don't want to be the first person offering a product and service, where often you take on a lot of risk for doing the thing that you want to do. And so in order to avoid feeling like this and get back to your full of yourself feeling good mode, so that you can continue to write your page or create your presentation or whatever you want to do, you have to focus on three things. The first is focus on your market, the people who you want to serve, and think about how you can uniquely best meet their needs. What is it about you that is really, really special and focused on the people that you want to serve? I say this very distinctly. People who you want to serve, who have already been attracted to your work, who you get along with, who already get you, those are the kinds of people that you really want to focus on and think of how can you uniquely serve them. Keeping them in mind, that can be a really important piece of the pie. The other thing is, what is one of your real unique strengths? Because there are some people out there who are going to do a certain portion of what you do better than you. Maybe they're better with the press. Maybe they're better at making videos. Maybe they're better at delivery of a certain segment of your product or service. So you probably don't want to be competing with those people at their own game. Is there a particular strength that you have where you could really leverage that and serve your market in a particular and unique way? And the third thing is to remember that the market for what it is that you're selling is generally very, very big. And we get very caught in the perception that there is a very limited pie. When you're in a particular profession, if you're a software developer, you're hanging out with other software developers often. If you're a coach, you're hanging out with other coaches. And just because we see everybody's offers flying around in a daily basis, through email and on social networks, can often make us think that the market is saturated, when in fact, often the markets that we want to serve have no idea of the solution that we're actually providing. So look for markets that don't know about other people that are in your space. Look for places that you can go serve people who really need what you have to offer. Think about how is it that you are segmenting your market. Are there significant portions of the market that really have not been touched that you may have a strong connection with? Maybe there's a whole group of people related to your last professional job that you could reach out to that already have a personal connection with you. Maybe there's a particular group within your local community that would be fantastic. Maybe there's a portion of the country that's not being served at all and is being ignored because most people are focusing on other geographic regions. So look for those opportunities and anchor in your strengths, and you can really get yourself out of compare and despair. One thing I've learned in my 45 years on planet Earth is that often looking from the outside, somebody can seem to have everything all together, and you hope they do, right? It would be great if they're happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. Very often, everybody is dealing with their stuff. So even if somebody has what appears to be the perfect solution or the perfect business or the perfect life or the perfect body or whatever it is that you're comparing yourself to, probably there are other areas of their life that are a challenge. And so thinking about that with compassion, you can do your very best to deliver great service and products to your market, realizing there is no perfection and there is nobody out there who never deals with any kind of a struggle. Even those people who have grown tremendously in their business and are selling tons of volume and really growing, that brings its own challenge. It can be a real challenge to not have a business and not have a market, but sometimes also growing it can bring its own challenges as well. So snap out of it, as Cher said to Nicolas Cage in Moonstruck, which is a great scene right before she slapped him across the face. That's what I'm saying. Dude, you are awesome in your own way. If you get into compare and despair, step back, focus on your market, think about how your unique strengths are really yours and you can use them to serve your market, and look for areas where you can really stand out and meet a market that has not been served before. Have a great rest of your Tuesday.